name's Adair, and you're watching the Portland Report.
We're bringing this video to you to give you direct access to Portland's real estate and mortgage market.
Today we're going to start with an overview of the last year in the Portland real estate market.
And I think we'd really like to start by taking some air out of recent national headlines all of last year about the downturn in the national real estate market.
Now, while nationally real estate lagged a little bit in 2006, Portland remains a strong market for both first-time homebuyers and investors alike. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the factors that affect the real estate market in our next segment.
I mean, our appreciation has really been bucking the trend.
It really has. Inventory did go up a little bit at the end of 2006, but January saw it drop back down. And let's get a little bit more in depth on those numbers and what appreciation, time on market, and inventory really means. Now we're going to talk about some of the factors that affect the real estate market. The main factor most people talk about is appreciation. Last year it was expected that the market would increase by 7 to 8%. The numbers for the year, now that they've been tallied up, come in at 14, down from about 20. Both of these are exceedingly higher than average. Another factor that affects the market is the time on market. This is the number of days from when a home is placed on the market for sale to when it goes pending with an accepted offer. 2005, the average time on market was about 40 days, and right now we're starting off, looks like about 55. Still very good numbers for both buyers and sellers. A bit more of a sane market, but still moving very quickly. Another major factor that affects pricing is inventory. Inventory is the number of homes on the market, and it's measured like this. Right now there's 11,000 homes on the market, and at the rate of sale, if no other home was placed on the market at this point, it would take 4.5 months for those 11,000 homes to be sold. The main line in the sand with inventory is about 5 to 6 months. That's where less than 5 to 6 months, it's considered a seller's market, where they have more control, and anything over 5 to 6 months is considered a buyer's market. By the end of 2006, inventory was starting to approach a buyer's market, but things dipped down again in December and kept it firmly a seller's market. We're expecting continued appreciation and continued low inventory throughout the year.
We're heading into the spring selling season where it's just only the buyer activity is only just going to start to really heat up.
And anecdotally, just to kind of give you perspective, a lot of my buyers who in the end of 2006 were looking at $200,000 to $250,000 houses are now forced to be looking into the $250,000, $300,000 range to see the same houses just a couple months later.
Yeah.
And the time on market for some of these houses, especially under $250,000, is coming down to the days again. We're looking like we're heading back into the days of 2005, where anything priced now under $300,000 might be on the market maybe a week with multiple offers.
It's really all about expectations, and I think a lot of buyers got used to the fact that they would just put their house for sale, you know, almost at any price, and they would have multiple offers and above asking price offers. And I think that time on market is the real key factor in the last 6 months that's kind of made people feel like, oh, the market's changing. But in reality, once you see all these numbers shake out, it's not changing that much. And people that are waiting for the bubble to burst or for the market to correct are going to be sad and just on the outside looking in, because things might change. I mean, they might appreciate $20,000 one month and then correct $5,000 the following month.
And it was really easy at the end of 2005 to look at this 20+% appreciation and just go, you know, there's no way this can continue, and we're just going to have to wait this out until we see another dip as a way of a strategy to buying in at a good price. And what we really saw was 14% appreciation. So if you're looking at a home, you know, for every $100,000 of home you purchase, you made $14,000 last year if you bought at the beginning of the year. Even with all the doom and gloom naysayers saying the market was going to burst and everything was going to go down. It's just continuing to soldier on, and right now we're looking at an average price home in the Portland metro area of $322,000.
It's gone up quite a bit. I remember just a couple of years ago, some of my friends buying houses for $130,000, $140,000, and just I was shocked at how much they were paying for it, and now it seems like a dream. And one other thing that affects appreciation is the mortgage rates, which is my line of work. They have remained very steady and very low for the last 3 or 4 years. The low point being around 2004, I think the 30-year fix got below 5.5% in the low fives. Today, in early 2007, we're right around 6%, so not even a full percentage point off those historic lows from 2 years ago. Of course, these rates change a little bit every day, so call me or email me at portlandreport.com and find my contact information. most recent information. But everything I've read has indicated that we're not going to see very drastic market movement for the year of 2007. Of course, there are many ways to finance a home, and depending on your credit and your job history and your sense of adventure, you can buy up to $1 million property with no money down. Of course, that does require a very massive sense of adventure to do that. But being the average price of property in the low 300s, 322,000, I believe we said it was, we're going to give you some examples of some different ways to finance that amount of money and what a monthly payment might look like.
Here's a new segment for the Portland Report. We like to call it Featured Neighborhood. First up, the Hawthorne District.
My wife and I have been longtime residents of Southeast Portland, and in the last 4 or 5 years we've lived just south of the Hawthorne Street itself. And Hawthorne Street has long been the cultural and commercial center of inner Southeast Portland, and we just love living there. Some of the surrounding neighborhoods are called Buckman, Richmond, Mount Tabor, and Abernathy.
And if you're wondering if you live in the Hawthorne District, here are the boundaries. To the north, Stark Street down to Division, and then from 29th all the way up to 53rd, right at the foot of Mount Tabor.
Keep those boundaries in mind, because we have a special treat for anyone who can tell us the answer to this question: how many houses were sold within those boundaries in the Hawthorne District for the year of 2006. We will take you and 3 friends out for a night at the Baghdad Theater. We'll hang out and have some fun together in Southeast.
So if you think you got the answer to that question, or you think you have a good guess, go ahead and email us, info@portlandreport.com. Again, info@portlandreport.com. Go ahead and put Hawthorne Trivia in the subject line, and make sure to put your contact info so we can get back to you in case you're one of our winners.
Well, that's going to do it for this first episode of the Portland Report. We're so glad that you watched it, and our hope is that you will share this video with your friends and family. We would love for you to contact us at any time for more updated information.
And don't forget to check out portlandreport.com. We're going to be loading that site up with resources for you to use and share with your friends and family. It also has our contact info, so feel free to send us an email, pick up the phone. We'd always love to answer any questions you have. So that's it for now. We're going to be bringing this to you quarterly. For those of you without a calendar, that's 4 times a year. Thanks for stopping by.